Have you ever been told that there is nothing you can do? Maybe it was a doctor, a counselor, or perhaps a friend who had been through something similar. They looked at you with pity and said, "You have to wait until he is ready. You cannot help someone who doesn't want help." You cannot help someone who doesn't want help. I say screw that. I worked with gambling addicts for the past 8 years, and I refuse to accept that I cannot help them before they destroy their lives completely. 9 out of 10 gambling addicts never seeks help. Ever. And conventional wisdom tells families like yours to wait until he is ready. But who wins then? The casinos. And the person you love has to hit rock bottom first. No. I will never accept that, and neither should you do. So why? Why doesn't he accept help? He is not lying to you out of spite, nor is he difficult on purpose. The gambler is always the last person to see the problem. Not because he's stupid, but because of something we call the yets. He has not lost his job yet. He has not lost the house yet. And he has not lost you yet. That's how his brain protects itself. It keeps moving the line. For every jet that arrives, it is replaced by another jet further away. It's not so bad yet. Conventional wisdom says that you have to wait until all the jets have arrived. In other words, until he has nothing left. I'm here today to tell you the opposite. He doesn't have to reach rock bottom. Not if the conditions around him changes. Picture him tonight sitting with his phone planning his next gambling session. He's not unhappy, he's just somewhere in his own head. He continues to gamble because gambling is familiar. And change means stepping into something uncomfortable, something unknown. And someone once told me a pretty disgusting metaphor for this. It's kind of like sitting in a dirty diaper. It is disgusting. And he knows it's disgusting, but it's warm and it is his diaper. And getting up means admitting, it is a diaper. Every time you step in with money, with excuses, with a rescue, you are making that diaper slightly more comfortable. You will give him one more reason to stay. You didn't know, you didn't mean to, and you did it out of love. Nobody prepared you for this situation. Nobody told you that love could make the diaper more comfortable. So what can you actually do? There are 2 things you can do. The first thing is to stop making the diaper comfortable. Make the consequences of his gambling harder to avoid. Stop lending money to him. Every time you lend money, you remove a consequence that was supposed to reach him. It feels like you're helping, but sadly it does the opposite. Stop paying his debt, because mounting debts is another jet. And if you pay it, you push that jet further away. Get your own bank account instead and separate your finances. That will protect you, and it removes a cushion that he did not earn. Then let the consequences land. If he spent the rent money, don't cover it. I know it's hard, but do it anyway. It's probably the hardest advice in the whole video. But what happens if you don't do it? He calls for money, you give it to him. He spends it. Nothing changes. Next week, same call, same result. Can you relate to that? Stop making excuses for him to other people. Every time you cover for him, you take away a consequence that belonged to him. And let people see. Perhaps you find an ally, someone that can help you. And when you start doing these things, he will probably get angry, kind of like a protesting teenager. And your first instinct might be that you made it worse, you broke something. But if a gambling addict is comfortable with the people around him, it means they are enabling him. On the other hand, if the addict is frustrated and angry, that is a gambler that is feeling the consequences getting closer. Anger is not failure. Anger means the diaper is getting cold. I promise you 2 things, so here is the other one. How many times have you tried to explain that gambling is bad? You had the conversations, you've shown him the bank statements, you begged, you reasoned, maybe you even threatened. But it didn't work. Why? Because the moment he feels judged, he closes like a muscle. The moment he feels attacked, he starts defending himself. And when he is defending, he is not listening. So it doesn't matter what you say. So let's try something different. Get curious. Don't pretend to be curious. You need to become genuinely curious. Ask him about his gambling. What is gambling doing for him? How does it feel when he gambles? Is there anything he doesn't feel when he gambles? Use open-ended question and don't put any opinion into his answers. Just let him talk, and he will be surprised because nobody ever asks. Everyone lectures. He knows, somewhere deep inside, he knows that gambling is a problem. He just haven't managed to say it out loud yet. The curiosity approach reaches that part of him that lectures never do. I worked with a woman once. Her husband had been gambling for many years. They had had countless conversations that went nowhere. They had had arguments and he had promised to stop gambling so many times without results. Nothing she did made him want to change. So I told her, stop explaining and try and ask instead. She was skeptical, of course, but to be honest, she was out of options. So one day she sat down with him and instead of asking the same question as usual, why do you keep doing this? She asked, what does it feel like? The moment before you place a bet. She told me later that she could see how something shifted in his face. He sat silent for a long time. And then when he finally spoke, he said, like I'm finally in control of something. She did not argue with that. She just sat there and listened. That was the starting point of the first honest conversation they had had in years. Not because she finally found the right argument, but because she finally asked the right question. The gambling industry has spent decades funding organizations that were supposed to help their victims. And the very same organizations will tell you, you cannot help someone who doesn't want help. Isn't that convenient? Convenient for the casinos and devastating for you. So I say that's terrible advice. Gambling addiction is an escape from pain. That's why he's gambling. Not because of money, not because of excitement, because of that temporary escape from something painful. And why do I talk about pain? Because if you make his life more painful, it doesn't reduce his need to escape. It increases it. The pressure goes up and so does the urge. And then gambling itself starts to create pain. The mounting debts, the shame, the lies. All of it become the very pain he was trying to escape from. Gambling keeps escalating, not because his brain needs more dopamine, but because the escape became the trap. So what can you do? Make his world more honest. That is what the two things in this video is actually doing. Removing the cushions make the real consequences of his gambling visible, instead of you taking hit after hit after hit. And the curiosity approach is opening the door to the parts of him that already know that something is wrong. And the people who do both of those things are people like you. It's not the professionals. It's the people that keep showing up. The people that remove the cushions and stop lecturing and instead start asking. I spent 8 years watching people do that. It doesn't work every time, but it works surprisingly often. Think back at the office, at the doctor's office or the counselor or with a friend. Someone told you there is nothing you can do. They were wrong. They had accepted the conventional, the convenient wisdom. I spent 8 years refusing to accept that. You've never been powerless. You just had the wrong tools. And now you have better ones. The diaper is getting cold and it's time. You know what to do. And if you want more help, I built a specific course for you. 10 videos with exercise and a step-by-step plan for the coming weeks. Not for him, for you. It will show you how to protect yourself, how to talk with him without him shutting down, and what to actually do next. You find a link to the course in the description below this video. Now, go do the work. Good luck.